Maine has a proud military tradition. When our country calls, when duty calls, our Maine men and women respond. Our state, though small in population, has one of the highest proportions of military veterans of any state in the nation. And that tradition continues among today's youth. It's a tradition that extends back for generations. It's time-tested. 146 years ago, Maine held a similar distinction. Our state contributed the highest proportion of Civil War combatants of any state in the nation. And consequently, sadly, we suffered the highest casualty rate of any Union state. It's the reason that nearly every small town in Maine has set up, in remembrance, a granite Civil War soldiers' memorial. Those memorials stand as witness to the high price paid for honoring the call to service. Today, our veterans are paying the same high price for honoring the nation's call. But the price they pay occurs not only during their military service. For many, for most, it begins when they return home, when they look for jobs. It comes right after the cheering stops.
Kandahar, Kabul, Marja, Balad, Fallujah, Baghdad. The armed forces of the United States have been engaged in conflict for a longer sustained period than any time in its history. The burden borne by these patriots on our behalf is inestimable, our debt to them incalculable. 6,026 killed in action, and more than 44,000 wounded. But the numbers back home are no less sobering. 17 veteran suicides each day. 100,000 veterans are homeless on any given night. Divorce rates triple the national average. Unemployment rates topping 21% for veterans of current conflicts. These numbers are unconscionable. Given what these men and women have proven in the most extreme circumstances, how is it that we can't help them when they ask something of us? Even something as simple as leveraging their skills and unparalleled experience into a job.
When you go to the service, you feel proud to be American. You feel proud to be a soldier. You feel proud to serve your country. You could die for the country. And when you get back alive, you know, and you get into a situation like this one, unemployed for such a long time, you feel like you're dying, you know, day by day.
Each year, more than 300,000 veterans complete their military service. Since the Gulf War, more than 2.3 million veterans have valiantly served their country.
I wanted to serve my country. I wanted to save people. I wanted to help people. And to now, you know, have to apply for assistance from the state, I almost feel like I'm a burden to society right now.
I was somebody in the service. When I got out, I became a civilian that nobody really knew anything about me.
After you get home from duty in the military, you know, the integrity is not lost.
When I put on this uniform, there's a sense of pride when I put this on. It's the best thing that ever happened to me.
Like they say, the fight doesn't end when they come home. I'm still a capable person, ready to work.
Marine Corps Gunnery Sergeant Greg Toval was fortunate to leave Iraq unscathed, but he wasn't prepared for the hurt back home.
Well, most of my nights are somewhat spent like this. Some nights I park at the VFW, park behind the VFW in the parking lot, you know, to where it's not too noticeable. Other nights I park in somebody's yard. They'll let me stay in the yard, and I go in to get a shower. And then they'll go back out to my car because they have their own families to worry about.
The sad irony of a proud gunny still living out of his truck isn't lost on Greg.
I never thought when I got out it was going to be that difficult. you're underqualified. You never hear anybody say you're overqualified. You always hear people say you're underqualified.
I thought I would pretty much be a shoo-in for some certain companies, shipyard work, maybe apprenticeship programs.
You're responsible for personnel, you're responsible for millions and billions worth of aircraft, inventory, and then when you come out the military, you think you can take this and put on your resume and get a job very quickly, and they tell you none of this stuff is transferable or it doesn't match up.
The failure to match up, to bridge the skills gap, is one of the most frustrating obstacles for the returning veterans. After years of accountability and responsibility, veterans are left out in the cold, unable to translate their military skills into civilian employment.
How can I say to you, go give 8 years of your life for me, but when you get back here, I don't need you anymore. We have made a mistake.
Here I am, now unemployed. I serve my country. I was expecting at least to some degree, something minimum as having a job.
A job, a means to support his family. This is the great shame of the current situation. The jobs are there.
Our biggest challenge is finding people, plain and simple. In order for us to grow, we need to have talent.
American jobs, manufacturing jobs, jobs that feed families and build neighborhoods. The employers are there.
We can buy the equipment, we can buy the material, we can provide the facilities, but they're not any good unless you have the right people in front of them.
Small and big business owners that are looking for the next greatest generation of toolsmiths and machine operators. The workers are there.
To watch it from a raw piece of metal to what it is now is like watching your child grow.
Men and women who know that sweat equity is the only equity worth investing, and that what makes America great is not paper, but steel. Not hope, but purpose.
We're not asking for handouts, just an opportunity.
Yes.
Just an opportunity.
What's missing is this: job training. Specific job training tailored to specific employment opportunities. This is what the M.O.S.T program does. Unlike almost every other job training program in America today, M.O.S.T finds the jobs first and then rapidly matches the skills training to the jobs at hand. After 80 intensive hours, graduates walk off the training vehicles directly into a job. And the results speak for themselves. Training completion rate of 97%. Job placement rate of 95%. Job retention rate after 6 months of 91%. Our goal is this: put these patriots back to work. With your help, M.O.S.T will put 10,000 veterans to work now. The jobs are there. The workforce is there. What's missing is your support. These men and women who have sacrificed so much for you and your family need your help now.
I think the M.O.S.T program should be a must. I think it's a must. M.O.S.T-like program.
The M.O.S.T program is a must, and so is your support. We owe Maine veterans a debt of gratitude. After all, duty, loyalty, and service to country are words that should carry weight with all Maine citizens, not just those who defend our nation. But gratitude doesn't put food on the table. It doesn't make mortgage payments or fund a child's education. Our unemployed vets need jobs. I'm Dana Connors, president of the Maine State Chamber of Commerce, and I'm asking you to join me in supporting a new private sector initiative to provide M.O.S.T training to unemployed veterans. In today's economy, manufacturing jobs require training. When employers are ready to hire, they look for job applicants who can walk in the door with the skills to quickly become productive team members. That's where the M.O.S.T program comes in. It's customized training that can rapidly prepare veterans for specific job openings. They've already proven they're up for the challenge. They have the ability, the determination, and the pride to carry out and to complete their mission. So won't you join us in providing the financial support for this workforce training initiative? It's a program that's worthy of your donation. So call us, tell us, we've enlisted your support.